Welcome back to the Blueprint Room. This is where we stop building retirement plans that depend on perfect behavior. This is where we stop pretending that discipline is automatic. And this is where we begin to understand something most people never build into their plan at all. Rules. In Briefing 14, we built the margin. We learned that a retirement plan needs breathing room. It needs a buffer. It needs room for market drops, inflation, timing risk, and human error. But margin alone is not enough. Because margin without guardrails can still be destroyed by emotion.
If this is helping, hit like and subscribe so you do not miss the next briefing.
A structure can be strong and still fail if the people inside it make the wrong move. That is why today is about guardrails. Not predictions, not hype, not perfect timing. Guardrails. Because the best plan is not the one that feels smartest. It is the one that keeps working when your feelings get loud. Most investors do not lose money because they chose the wrong asset. They lose money because they did the right thing at the wrong time. They panic when they should wait. They chase when they should stay still. They abandon structure when fear shows up. Fear tells you to sell at the bottom. Greed tells you to double down at the top. Regret tells you to change plans after the damage is already done. And overconfidence tells you that this time you will react better than last time. But the problem is not just emotion. The problem is the absence of a rule that can survive emotion. A retirement plan without guardrails is like a bridge with no side protection. It may look fine when everything is calm. But when the pressure comes, the system gives people too much freedom in the wrong direction. And that is where good plans break. If you want a plan that survives 30 years, you cannot rely on mood. You need a rule system. And that starts with behavior.
If you want more Blueprint Room episodes, like this video and subscribe right now.
So let's install the rails. There are 3 guardrails every retirement plan should have. 3 rules that protect the structure when the market is loud. First, rebalance on schedule. Not when you feel like it, not when the news feels safe, not when the market calms down. On schedule. That means the plan corrects itself automatically, without needing your emotional permission. Second, withdrawal limits. A strong plan does not allow unlimited extraction just because cash feels tight. It has a ceiling, it has a floor, it has rules for when to slow down, and that makes the structure stronger, not weaker. Third, panic protocol. If the market drops hard, your system should already know what to do. Pause, review, check the numbers. Follow the rule. Do not improvise under stress. That is how guardrails protect the margin. Without guardrails, every correction becomes a crisis. A small market drop feels like a disaster. A normal recession feels like the end. A temporary loss of confidence becomes a permanent decision. And suddenly the plan is no longer being managed. It is being emotionally negotiated. One of the most expensive habits in investing is overreaction. People sell after the damage. Then they buy after the recovery starts. They do not realize they are building a pattern that punishes them twice. First with the drop, then with the mistake. A single emotional decision can damage years of compounding. That is why guardrails matter so much. The goal is not to eliminate emotion. The goal is not to eliminate emotion. That is impossible. The goal is to prevent emotion from making decisions for you. That is what guardrails do. They reduce the number of stupid moves available when you're under pressure. And in investing, fewer stupid moves is a huge advantage. So here is the retrofit. If your plan has no rules, add them. If your rules are vague, make them specific. If your process depends on mood, remove mood from the process. Make the structure harder to break. Start with automation. Automate rebalancing if you can. Automate alerts if you need to. Automate the boring decisions so emotion has fewer chances to interfere. That is not laziness. That is design. Then add limits. Set rules for withdrawals. Set rules for panic. Set rules for when you will review your portfolio and when you will not. A strong structure always knows what not to allow. And finally, repeat the process. Good systems are not built once and forgotten. They are reviewed, they are tested, they are refined. That is how a plan becomes durable. That is how a portfolio becomes resilient. That is how a 30-year structure stays standing. Final orders. Do not trust your future to willpower alone. Do not assume you will always feel calm. Do not build a retirement plan that only works when life is easy. Build guardrails. Then let the rules do the heavy lifting. If this helped, like the video and subscribe for the next briefing.
Check the Blueprint Room playlist for the full series. Comment Guardrails if you want the next Blueprint Room episode. Hit like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next briefing.